The Vrachnid warfleet had swept through 17 solar systems in the past cycle. Their chitinous armor gleamed under the artificial lights of their flagship's bridge as Commander Krell observed the blue-green planet below. Earth. The next conquest. Primitive. Weapon systems, reported Scout Officer Mev. Minimal orbital defenses, no energy shields. Krell's mandibles clicked with satisfaction. Another easy victory for the swarm, but Intelligence Officer Drav seemed troubled. Commander, preliminary. Scans show unusual planetary conditions, high gravity, extreme temperature variations, atmospheric toxins, and dangerous fauna. A death world? Krell's antennae twitched in surprise. Classification confirmed, Drav continued. Yet the dominant species shows no natural defenses, no exoskeletons, minimal muscle density, fragile epidermal layers. Impossible, Krell scoffed. No species could evolve sentience on a death world without formidable natural protection. The bridge fell silent as the view screen displayed images of humans going about their daily lives, soft-skinned, vulnerable, yet somehow thriving on a planet that should have killed them generations ago. Deploy the advanced scouts, Krell ordered. Let's see these creatures up close. Jack Miller wiped sweat from his brow as he guided his tractor across the field. Summer in Kansas was brutal, but the wheat wouldn't harvest itself. He barely noticed the distant glint in the sky as 3 scout vessels descended through the atmosphere. Nearby, in Yellowstone National Park, Ranger Tom Ellis warned tourists to keep their distance from a buffalo herd. They may look docile, but they can charge at 35 miles per hour, best to admire from afar. In Australia, Lisa Bennett checked her protective gear one last time before approaching the beehives. Even after 15 years of beekeeping, she never took chances with her thousands of stinging charges. None of them realized they were being observed. Commander, you need to see this. Drav's voice was strained as the scout report streamed in. Krell watched in disbelief as the view screen displayed humans calmly coexisting with creatures that would terrify even veteran Vrachnid warriors. Massive horned beasts roaming in herds. Tiny flying insects with venomous stingers that humans deliberately cultivated. Predators with razor teeth kept as companions. These dogs and cats sleep in their dwellings, Drav explained. The humans allow apex predators to live alongside their young. Krell's exoskeleton paled. What manner of beings are these? The reports continued. Humans climbing sheer rock faces without safety harnesses, diving into ocean depths, running for pleasure under the blazing sun, deliberately consuming capsaicin, a chemical defense agent that would incapacitate a Vrachnid warrior. These aren't activities for survival, Drav noted. They call it recreation. When the first Vrachnid scout team landed outside a small town in Colorado, they expected panic. Instead, they found curiosity. Ranger Bill Walker had seen many strange things in his 30 years with the Park Service, but nothing like the 8-foot insectoid creatures emerging from the silvery craft. He radioed it in, then approached with measured caution. Just like handling a bear encounter, he figured. Respect the unknown, but don't show fear. Howdy, he called, keeping his hands visible. Welcome to Earth. The Vrachnid scouts froze, weapons half raised. Their translators processed the greeting, but they couldn't process the calm demeanor of this soft-skinned creature approaching beings that could tear him apart. You stand before warriors of the Vrachnid swarm, their leader announced. We have conquered worlds you cannot imagine. Bill nodded politely. That so? Well, you picked a beautiful spot to land, though there's a storm rolling in. Might want to move your ship before the lightning starts. The aliens' confusion deepened when they realized the human was genuinely concerned for their safety. From weather, something they'd considered a minor inconvenience was being presented as a threat. We do not fear your atmospheric discharges, the scout leader declared. Bill shrugged. Suit yourself. Just trying to help. 2 hours later, when lightning struck their ship's conductive hull and fried their communications array, the scouts wondered if they'd underestimated both Earth and its inhabitants. On the flagship, Krell watched with growing unease as more reports came in. Humans building settlements in deserts and Arctic regions on fault lines and hurricane zones. Children playing in snow and rain and mud. elderly humans tending gardens under a sun that would dehydrate a Vracnid in minutes. They adapt, Dravi said quietly. Where we evolved armor and strength, they developed intelligence and endurance. They don't conquer their environment. They adapt to it, use it, sometimes even enjoy its dangers. Krell's decision crystallized when the scout team sent their final report before the storm damaged their communications. Humans had approached them without fear, offered assistance, and then, most terrifying of all, invited them to a place called a diner for something called coffee. These humans, the report concluded, look fragile but possess incomprehensible resilience, and they're everywhere on this death world, treating daily survival as routine. Full retreat, Krell ordered, silencing the protests of his war council. We are not prepared for this planet or its inhabitants. But Commander, his second protested, our weapons are designed to fight logical beings, Krell interrupted. Beings with self-preservation instincts. These humans face danger as a matter of course. They have made peace with their own mortality in ways we cannot comprehend. The flagship's engines hummed to life, joined by the rest of the fleet as they broke orbit. Let it be recorded, Krell announced for the ship's log, that Earth is classified as forbidden territory for the Vracnid swarm. Not because we couldn't conquer it, but because its inhabitants have already conquered something far more formidable than our weapons. They've conquered fear itself. As the Vracnid fleet vanished into the depths of space, Jack finished harvesting his wheat, Lisa collected her honey, and Tom guided another tour group safely through Yellowstone. None would ever know how close they'd come to an alien invasion, or how their ordinary lives had seemed so extraordinary to beings from beyond the stars. The greatest weapons of humanity weren't their bombs or guns, but their adaptability, resilience, and the calm acceptance of a universe that had tried and failed for millennia to eliminate them from existence.